What is going on, YouTube? The Beard here. Hope you're all having a fantastic Sunday morning. That's right, folks. It is Sunday. You can see the lights are out, back outside. That didn't really make sense, but it is basically dark outside, folks. Sun's just barely starting to come up. It is about 5:50 a.m. in the morning here, and I know you're asking yourself, Beard, why are you up this early shooting a video? Well, folks, I'll be honest. Since my surgery, I have developed this wonderful thing called insomnia, which I have mentioned before, and I woke up about 4 o'clock, back was hurting, and could not go back to sleep. So I am here shooting a video for you all, and I figured since somebody asked me to shoot a video on a particular flavoring, which I thought was interesting, I thought that's a great idea, and I will go ahead and do that. And the flavoring I'm going to be talking about today is from Perfumers Apprentice, okay? And it is Fruity Circles, okay? Basically, what this flavoring is supposed to be is it's supposed to be Fruit Loops, or taste similar to Fruit Loops, okay? So if you're watching this video and you're kind of getting, to get an idea of what I'm talking about, it's supposed to taste like Fruit Loops, folks, okay? Now, I'll tell you up front, right off the bat, to me, I get more of like the bag version of Fruit Loops, and if you know what I'm talking about, that what I mean is, when you go in the grocery store and they have the fruit comments or whatever, if you have like a Vons or a Walmart or whatever, it's like the clone of Fruit Loops, but it tastes more like you're eating like straight citrus flavors and a lot of artificial sweeteners and artificial flavors and sugars. Totally different than the real Fruit Loops, at least as far as that goes, as far as the citrus notes and stuff like that. Okay, it's a lot stronger, a lot rawer, and not really like, as such a clean flavor as Fruit Loops. That's what I get. I'll just tell you right now, when I dripped the Fruity Circles on my hand, smelled it, and then tasted it, that's pretty much what I got straight out of the flavoring bottle, okay? So what I have now done is I have mixed, and these are well steeped, but what I had done is I have a 12% solution of Fruity Circles here in this bottle. This is 12% Fruity Circles, 3 milligrams of nicotine, and then is topped off with VG. So basically we're talking about an 85-25 VG to PG ratio. This bottle, however, and you can tell the color difference, and I'll just hold them up together so you can see, is a lot darker. Still pretty transparent when you put it up to the light, okay? When you put it up to the light, you can definitely see through it. It just has like more of a browning color, because in this bottle I put 12% rainbow circles, or Fruity Circles, excuse me. Then I put in 2% whipped cream, 1% sweet cream. I added 1% strawberry, 0.5% blueberry candy, and then I added 0.25% of sweetener, ethyl maltol, okay? So this juice is basically a made ready to go juice, like if I was selling it, okay? So those are just those two, okay? What I'm going to be doing is in the tank crossing mod with the Onslaught RDA, I'm going to be vaping the straight 12% Fruity Circles. On the GI2 clone with the Dark Horse RDA, I'm going to be vaping the mixed version of Fruity Circles, okay? This is a dual coil. It's ohming out about 0.34, and in case I didn't mention it, the Onslaught it's ohming out at about 0.29, okay? Tri-coil, dual coil, okay? Also, the batteries in this tank crossing mod are fairly fully charged, so they'll be pretty similar as far as the vape goes, okay? So, right to the point here, straight 12% Fruity Circles. I am going to go ahead and vape it. As you can see, plenty of vapor, plenty of flavor. I'll tell you right now, folks, if you like a really strong citrus flavor, the Fruity Circles is definitely for you, even at just a 12% pre-made base by itself, because what I get from it is a lot of citrus flavor, like orange, tangerine, maybe a little bit of like a nectarine, which is kind of odd. That's probably just my taste buds being thrown off this morning. A lot of sweetness, a lot of sweetness. Okay, I don't know what she used in this for sweetness, but I do believe she uses the ethyl maltol to pretty much sweeten everything, or if not the ethyl maltol, it's like the cotton candy. So basically, like the sucralose. Okay, let's get another vape. For 12% flavoring, and for those of you who DIY, you know 12% is not a super high number for a straight flavor. With strong flavors, it does work, and I'll tell you folks, if you want a nice, straight, easy DIY to mix and have a nice, fruity citrus vape, this is a good one, okay, just by itself. It's pretty strong, I gotta tell you. It's really sweet. It has a lot of sweet citrus notes to it, with a very light graininess, kind of like the cereal part of the, you know, the breading part, or the graininess of the vape coming off the back end of the vape, but it's very, very light in the background. Also, you don't get hardly any of the berries that you would typically find like in a Fruit Loop cereal. I don't really get the milk either. Very, very light as far as anything other than like the orange and the tangerine and the citrus notes, and even I get like a little hint, and I mean a little hint of like lime, okay, or like a lemon. Let's get another vape. Really, really good though, folks. You know, but that's kind of right down my alley. Now, I don't like it particularly all day like this at just a straight base. I traditionally like it more like this, the way I made it. As I said, what I had in there's a lot of creams in here, as well as the strawberry and the blueberry to kind of intensify and bring out some of the berry notes, which the cream will help do that as well. And then I use a little bit of the ethyl maltol to keep that sweetness there as well. So now I'm going to go ahead and vape it here on the Dark Horse RDA and the GI2. As I said, 70 watts, which is basically giving me 4.8 volts on a 0.34 ohm coil. Okay, let's vape it. One more time. Yeah, folks, I'm telling you, this is a strong one. If you like the strong flavors, as far as flavor companies go, and particular flavors, this will work well for you, especially if you like those notes I mentioned earlier. On this one, I'm getting a lot more of a thick creaminess. I'm also getting a lot more of the berries coming through. It's kind of, the cream has kind of brought down the intensity of the citrus notes. I still get them really, really well, and they shine, but they're just not as intense as just the straight flavoring, okay? Also, that little bit of creaminess is kind of giving me that sensation of like I'm eating a bowl of cereal. It's also brought out the grainy notes in the vape a lot more, okay? Which cream has a tendency to do a lot of those things. It will bring out some of the hidden notes with your juices a lot of time, from what I have found. Now, this is all IMO in my opinion, but I have found that that's what a lot of those creamy notes will do, is they will kind of bring out some of the hidden notes from time to time, depending on the note, and make them kind of shine just a little bit. As well as sometimes it will dull out your citrus notes a little too much if you put too much cream. That's why I only put about 3% cream with the whipped cream and the sweet cream mixed together. Okay, let's get another vape here. This is really good. Alright, really, really good. Now, for those of you who are new DIYers or haven't even started DIYing, this is really easy, folks. I mean, it's literally 12% of the Fruity Circles, PG, VG, and nicotine, okay? If you don't know how to do that, you can download eJuice Calculator, which I will put a link in the description of this video, and you can download it and then buy the flavoring, the PG, VG, and you can start making your own juice. It's just that simple, okay? Excuse me, my nose is itching. But yeah, it's really nice this way, and it's not quite an all-day vape for me, but like in the morning, like right now, it can definitely be a nice vape for those of you who eat cereal like I do. I just particularly don't find this as enjoyable as the pre-mixed version, okay? To me, I like more of a creamy, berryish type / citrus vape, especially in the mornings when I wake up, okay? Which is kind of odd because I know a lot of people say they like their cupcakes and their coffees and stuff like that in the morning. But for me, this works really well because I'll tell you folks, the flavor intensity of this flavoring is right up there. I mean, it is very strong. I would say it's probably one of the top 10 strongest flavorings that I have ever used. It is very, very strong on the citrus end and a lot lighter on the berry / grainy notes which you would find in Fruit Loops, which in Fruit Loops it's pretty balanced, okay? And that's why I said, to me, this is more of like a generic tasting Fruit Loops, okay, that you would find in like the bags. So really nice. So folks, for me, this version is an all-day vape. I can vape this all day long, and I actually have a 4-ounce bottle of this already made right over there, and I just top off my 30 mil whenever I want to vape it. This one I made just pretty much for this review, and it's really nice as well, but it's simple, okay? It's not complex. It's just a simple, like I said, you get a lot of citrus notes, you get a little tiny bit of that graininess and the cereal base, with ever so slightly amounts of berries in there, okay? So overall, I give this flavor a 1.5 thumbs, or a good flavoring, okay? It's not a great flavoring, but it is a good flavoring. And for those people who are looking for a Fruit Loops type flavor to DIY, I personally trust Perfumers Apprentice really, really well. I trust them I trust them a lot. Let's just get that out there. I trust them a lot. I think they make good flavorings. They're not the best on every flavor, but they do make a lot of really, really good flavors. So with that, folks, I hope you all have a fantastic morning, and as I always say, you vape free YouTube. Beer's out of here, and please have a safe and fun and have a great Sunday. I'm out.